Has this ever happened to you? You are listening to someone speak English, and you understand them quite well, but then they ask you a simple question, and suddenly your mind goes blank.
Yes, that happened to me recently. My neighbor asked me, "How was your weekend?" And I just looked at him.
What did you say?
I said, "Weekend, yes."
Weekend, yes?
I knew what he was asking, and I knew what I did over the weekend. But when it was my turn to speak, the words disappeared.
That feeling is very common, and it does not mean you have no English. It also does not mean you are bad at speaking. Often, your brain is simply trying to do too many things at the same time.
I'm choosing words, checking grammar, translating from my language, worrying about pronunciation, and also watching the other person's face.
All while answering one simple question.
It becomes a very difficult weekend question.
In today's episode, we're going to understand why you freeze and what you can do when it happens.
So you're not going to say, just be confident?
No, because that advice is not very helpful when your mind is already blank. Today, you'll learn how to give yourself time, how to start with one simple sentence, how to continue when you forget a word, and how to recover without feeling embarrassed.
Good. Because my usual plan is to smile and hope the conversation ends.
Let's give you a better plan. Welcome back to Say It Right podcast, where we practice simple, natural English for real conversations. I'm Kate.
And I'm Jordan, the person who understands the question and then forgets how speaking works.
Today, we're fixing that. Jordan, when someone asks you a question in English, what happens inside your head?
First, I understand the question. Then I think of the answer in my own language. Then I translate it. Then I check whether the English is correct. And by that time, the other person is still waiting.
And the longer they wait, the more pressure you feel.
Exactly. Then I start thinking, say something, say anything. And that makes it even harder.
This is one of the biggest reasons people freeze. You are not only having a conversation, you are also trying to be your own translator, grammar checker, pronunciation coach, and judge.
That sounds like 4 different jobs.
It is, and you do not need to do all 4. In a real conversation, your first goal is not to create a perfect sentence. Your first goal is simply to respond.
Even if the response is very short?
Yes, a short response can keep the conversation alive and give your brain a little more time.
What can I say?
You can say, "Let me think. That's a good question. Actually," or even,
So I don't have to answer immediately?
No, natural speakers pause too. The difference is that they often use a small phrase while they are thinking.
How was your weekend?
Let me think. It was pretty relaxed, actually. I stayed home on Saturday and met a friend on Sunday.
That pause didn't feel strange.
Because I showed you that I was thinking. The silence had a reason.
So instead of panicking quietly, I can say, "Let me think for a second."
Exactly. That small phrase gives your brain time to begin. Another reason people freeze is that they try to create the complete answer before saying the first word.
I do that all the time. If someone asks what I do for work, I try to prepare my entire career story in my head.
Including your education?
Sometimes, yes.
That is too much pressure. Start with one small sentence, then add more if you want.
Show me.
What do you do for work?
I am working in a company where we do many projects, and I am responsible for...
Stop there. Use the easiest true sentence.
I work in customer support.
Good. Now add one detail.
I work in customer support, and I mainly help customers with account problems.
Perfect. You started small, and then continued.
The first sentence opens the door.
Exactly. Once you begin speaking, the next sentence often becomes easier.
What if my first sentence sounds too simple?
Simple English is not bad English, and a simple answer is much better than silence caused by trying to sound impressive.
That is true.
Try this rule. Answer with one clear sentence first. Then decide whether you want to add one detail.
So if someone asks, "Where are you from?" I can say, "I'm from the UK, but I live in the United States now."
Clear, natural, and easy to understand.
Translating is still a big problem for me. I know what I want to say, but the English sentence takes too long.
That happens because you may be trying to translate the complete idea exactly, word by word.
What should I do instead?
Use small English phrases you already know. Phrases like, for me, I think, the main reason is, it depends, or to be honest.
So these phrases help me begin even before the complete answer is ready.
Exactly. Imagine someone asks, do you enjoy living in Melbourne?
I want to say that I enjoy it, but the weather changes quickly, and it is expensive.
Don't translate the whole idea at once. Begin with a small phrase.
Overall, yes. I enjoy living here. The weather can be unpredictable, and it is a little expensive, but I like the lifestyle.
Very good. Overall, yes gave you an easy beginning.
And I didn't need the exact sentence from my own language.
That is the key. Communicate the idea. Do not translate every word.
Can "it depends" also help me begin?
Yes, but then explain what it depends on.
Do you like working from home?
It depends. I like the flexibility, but sometimes I miss talking to people.
That sounds natural and calm. I freeze most when the question is unexpected, when I haven't prepared an answer.
Unexpected questions create pressure because you need to understand the question, form an opinion, and express it quickly.
Suddenly, I have no opinion about anything.
In that moment, use a thinking phrase.
What can I say?
You can say, that's an interesting question. I've never really thought about that. Let me think for a moment. Or, my first thought is,
Would you ever move to another country?
that's an interesting question. I've never really thought about it. Maybe for a few years, but I'm not sure I would move permanently.
You stayed in the conversation, even though you didn't have a ready answer.
Exactly. And I did not need a perfect opinion. I could say, maybe, or I'm not sure.
Sometimes I think every answer must sound confident and certain.
Real conversations are full of uncertainty. I'm not sure is completely natural when you add a little explanation. Jordan, where do you see yourself in 3 years?
That's a good question. I'd like to have more responsibility and improve my communication skills. I'm still deciding exactly which direction I want to take.
Very good. You gave yourself time and then answered honestly. Sometimes people freeze because they think they must carry the whole conversation.
Yes, I feel that I need to keep speaking until I say something interesting.
You don't. A conversation belongs to both people. Use a simple pattern. Answer, add one detail, then ask something back.
Answer, detail, question.
Exactly. Let's try it. Have you watched anything good recently?
Yes, I started a new crime series last week. I've only watched 2 episodes, but it's good so far. What about you?
Perfect. You gave me enough information to continue.
What if I haven't watched anything?
Answer honestly. Then return the question.
Not recently. I've been busy with work. Have you seen anything good?
Exactly. Not really or nothing much does not have to end the conversation when you add one small detail.
And asking something back removes some pressure from me.
Yes, as long as you are genuinely interested.
Sometimes I begin speaking, and then I forget one important word.
That can be frustrating. But forgetting one word does not need to stop the whole sentence.
What can I do?
Describe the word using words you already know. You can say, it's the thing you use for, it's a place where, it's similar to, or, I don't know the word, but...
Yesterday, I forgot the word charger.
How would you explain it?
It's the thing you use to give power to your phone.
Perfect. The other person will probably say, oh, a charger.
So forgetting a word can become part of the conversation.
Exactly. Fluent communication does not mean knowing every word. It means knowing how to continue. Explain umbrella without using the word umbrella.
It's the thing you hold over your head when it rains.
Excellent.
Maybe I don't need vocabulary anymore.
Let's not go that far. Now let's talk about the moment when your mind has already gone blank.
The emergency situation.
First, don't panic. Use a simple recovery phrase.
Such as?
You can say, give me a second. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I know what I want to say, I'm just looking for the word. Or, let me start again.
Those phrases sound honest, not embarrassing.
Because losing your train of thought happens to everyone.
What did you enjoy most about your last holiday?
I really enjoyed... Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. The best part was probably the food. I tried something different every day.
You recovered without making it a big problem.
Exactly. You can pause, explain what happened, and restart with a simpler sentence.
I enjoy working with people because customers sometimes... Let me start again. What I mean is, I enjoy helping customers solve problems.
Excellent recovery.
I stayed in the conversation.
Let's practice a full conversation. You are at a friend's birthday party, and you meet someone for the first time.
This is exactly where I freeze.
Hi, I'm Kate. How do you know Sarah?
Oh, let me think. We used to work together a few years ago. How do you know her?
We met at university. Do you still work at the same company?
No, I changed jobs last year. I work in customer support now.
Oh, nice. Do you enjoy it?
Overall, yes. I like helping people, although some days can be stressful. What do you do?
I work in marketing.
Interesting. What kind of marketing?
Mostly digital campaigns for small businesses.
That sounds interesting. I don't know much about marketing, but I'd like to understand it better.
Excellent. You paused, started with simple sentences, added details, and asked questions back.
And I didn't need any advanced words.
Exactly. The conversation worked because you stayed connected. Let's create a simple rescue plan for the next time you freeze.
I need this.
First, breathe. And stop trying to build the perfect sentence.
Okay.
Then use a thinking phrase, let me think, or that's a good question.
That's a good question. Let me think.
Next, give one simple sentence.
I usually spend my weekends at home.
Add one detail, if you can.
I usually spend my weekends at home, but sometimes I meet friends for dinner.
Then ask something back, if it feels natural.
What do you usually do on weekends?
Perfect. One sentence at a time.
I don't need the full answer before I begin.
Exactly.
I always thought I froze because my English was not good enough.
But now,
Now I think I freeze because I'm trying to do too much. Translating, checking, correcting, and trying to sound perfect.
and what will you do differently?
I'll use a thinking phrase. Start with one simple sentence. add one detail, and ask something back if it feels natural.
And if you forget a word?
I'll explain it using words I already know.
And if your mind goes completely blank?
I'll say, "Give me a second," or "Let me start again."
Perfect. Freezing for one moment does not mean the conversation has failed.
That is important, because I usually treat one quiet second like a disaster.
A pause is not a disaster. A mistake is not a disaster. Even losing your train of thought is not a disaster. The real skill is knowing how to continue.
So the goal is not to never freeze again.
Correct. The goal is to know what to do when it happens.
Next time someone asks me, "How was your weekend?" I won't say, "Weekend, yes."
What will you say?
Let me think. It was pretty relaxing, actually. I stayed home on Saturday and met some friends on Sunday. How was yours?
That is a real conversation.
And nobody had to rescue me.
Remember, don't build the whole answer inside your head. Begin with one small, honest sentence, and let the conversation grow from there.
Your English does not disappear when someone asks you a question. Sometimes, it simply needs a little time to come forward.
Tell us in the comments, when do you freeze most in English? When meeting new people? Speaking at work? Answering unexpected questions? Or talking in a group?
Thanks for learning with us.
Keep speaking, keep recovering, and don't let one quiet moment end the conversation.
We'll see you in the next Say It Right podcast lesson.
Bye for now.
Bye!